Hello and welcome back to the channel. I just thought I would do a little demonstration on some Waxoyl. This is one type of Waxoyl you can get which I've never tried before. It's just an aerosol one and it's actually called Waxoyl spray. The other one which I'm right do is oil with a Y. But it's a spray-on type which is like this down here. And unfortunately at this time of year it doesn't work very well in the cold. This is like a Tetraseal. Waxoyl do their version. And what you do is you put this into a gun like that. And then you attach it to a high pressure air line and you blow it on. But the problem is when you've got high pressure air gun, at this time of year when it's cold, it just makes the wax turn like candle wax and it won't spray out. So these aerosol cans, keep them in front of a heater for a little while. Give them a good shake. And we'll spray it on underneath, and just in case anybody haven't actually introduced it, professional video recording as per usual. As it says, prevents new and old rust from starting. So ideally, if you've got a brand new car, like I've done with my L200, the first thing I did when I got the car home brand new was do the hole underneath with this stuff. And it just acts as a, basically, imagine it like sun cream on your skin. It acts as a barrier against the salt on the road which rots your car. So you spray this on and it acts as a barrier. This is clear. The reason I like clear is because the black stuff you get looks better to a degree, but when you come to buy a car or sell the car and somebody looks underneath and it's got black tar sprayed all over underneath, it just looks rubbish because it's how much, like, are you masking? You know how much rust's been masked. So I can't hold the light, hold the phone and spray the thing and speak through wearing a mask at the same time. So what I'm going to do is, we'll do a little video recording underneath of this car. I don't know how much I'll get done with 3 cans. Don't spray it near the brakes. Don't spray it on rubber. And if you have a look, this car's already been done about 6 months ago. And what I like about the clear Waxoyl is you can see the little areas there. You see just where little bits of rust are coming through? You can see them. Wire brush them down and recoat them. With the black stuff, it hides everything. It acts as a blanket and it masks it. It traps moisture in and it actually doesn't do a very good job. So the areas where you want to be Waxoiling, this is a subframe on this car, cross member. Make sure you do that. They're prone to rusting. You've got your subframe. Make sure you do the subframe. Do your wishbone arms, but keep it away from your brakes. Make sure you buy a can of brake cleaner like this. It doesn't have to be this brand, but make sure you have a can of brake cleaner so when you're finished doing it, you can clean your brakes off. Front and rear discs if you've got discs on the rear. If not, just worry about the discs on the front. So you've got, see that, the chassis and everything up there? Make sure you get into all them areas. Underneath the radiator, onto the cross member. This cross member here. Again, under there. Going along, you want to try and get as much of the underbody done as you can, but I'm not sure I'm going to tackle all of this because I've only got 2 cans. So I'm just going to try and do the important parts first. Main thing is you want to get along these sills, along those, see them there? I've just been doing a little bit of cure rust in some areas, and if you can, the beauty with this clear Waxoyl is it doesn't show up too much, so go along these areas on the outer sills as well, these ridge lines. Also, you want to be getting the rear chassis up here, as many of these little arms as you can. Brake pipes, I'll show you. I've already gone round all the brake pipes by hand because you don't want to be spraying, as you can see up there, you don't want to be spraying next to your brakes. So as you can see, make sure you go around with a brush first and do all your brake pipes separate. I'm trying not to move too fast as this phone doesn't seem to like being moved around. Do all your brake joints. My mind's gone blank of what they're called. Also your brake lines at the top, don't go onto your rubber hoses. Same with here. I've already done them beforehand. And if you have any little areas, this car's in amazing condition for 20 years old, but any little areas like these, scrub them down a bit. This is just surface rust, by the way, and there was a one here, a little scab starting around this grommet, and I've put what you call some cure rust on. I'm just going to let that set and then we'll go over that. I'm going to go over first with some black paint, then Waxoyl. Same on the joint of the exhaust decks. It's the original Toyota exhaust. So what I'll do is I'll come back. You've had a good look around underneath and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. It'll pretty much look the same. It might just look a bit wet, but that's it. And that's what's great. Or your rear subframe. You want to do all of that. All these are the expensive parts. Up into the arches, see the bottom of the McPherson struts? These here, do them, because they rot out. Your main chassis, well, it's not the chassis, it's a monocoque chassis, but you know what I mean, your main cross members and stuff. And up into the arches, see the inner arches up there? All that area, and up into there. Same on the front, you want to be doing the same on them. Up there, see there's some fuel pipes down there, get them coated round here, and up into there on the bottom of those. And that's kind of just the main areas you want to be doing. I'll come back to you once I've done all this. As I've mentioned, I would love to show you doing it, but I can't. I don't have 3 hands to do it. So I'll come back to you with another video. Right, that's it being put on. I haven't done it fully. This has only used 2 cans. But as you can see, it goes a long way. I've done all the subframe at the back. Done these areas. I've got to do that. That's cure rusted. I'm letting that dry overnight. As you can see, I've done all the back of the subframe. Up here, I've got the back wheels off now, ready to do inside the arches. I'll do a separate video on that. As you can see, it just comes across as being shiny. I'll try and zoom in so you can kind of see what it looks like. Can you see that? It's a very fine layer, so it all looks original, but you've got an invisible layer of protection, which is why I like this over the claggy black tar stuff that you put on. I hate it. There you go, that cross member's all been done. I've even gotten up into there, what I showed. You can't even see. That's the great thing about it. You see where I've done a little bit of overspray on the bottom of the radiator. That's all it looks like. Just like clear candle wax. Done the bottom arms, front of the subframe. So there you go. I'll follow this on with another video of the rear arches when I've done them. As you can see, I've done up onto the turrets. I've done up under the wheel arches. And I'll do a follow-on video of the rear part of the car. So just a quick follow-on to the Waxoyl video. The easiest way to do your wheel arches, obviously, is to take the wheel off. If you've got brake discs, cover them up. Brake drums, you're fine. And this is a kind of muck here you want to be getting moved off. The best thing is use a wire brush. I use a fabric wire brush because you don't want to be going too aggressive with these old cars. So you want to be getting into all that. Wear a mask, obviously. Seeing all that on the back of the shocker? You want all that off, because if you go spraying your Waxoyl onto all of this stuff, all you're going to be doing is just trapping in all of this salt impregnated kind of soil and stuff like that. As you can see that there, I'll try and get round the back. If you watch, it'll all just come off. You could use a more aggressive brush, but I don't want to with this car because it's just very light soil that I'm brushing off. See, that's all gone. You want to be getting all these brackets. See, it's thick on there. You want to be getting all that around the brake pipe unions, onto there. You get the gist anyway of what I'm doing. Round the shockers, around onto here, onto you know, anywhere you can to get it off. And I'll just show you a little bit that I've done earlier. These on Japanese cars. This is your petrol cap, and you've got this unit here. This is your spout that comes down and goes underneath into your fuel tank. Now this had this cover. I wouldn't suggest doing a lot of dismantling, but this car had this unit on here. So I've removed it. Luckily this car is almost like new. So if it looks rough, don't touch it. But these are renowned on actually, never mind Japanese cars, Fords and stuff are as well. These metal pipes that spouts that go up the tank cost £200 and £300. They're ridiculous. So if you and they're metal. So obviously if they're plastic, don't worry about it. But metal ones like these, if you can't do a little bit of dismantling, I'm going to get as thick as possible coat of Waxoyl onto these and the second one, which follow right down to the tank. And while I've been up there, there was a little bit of just very light corrosion, so I've scraped it down and put some cure rust on. I'm letting that set, and then I'll go over with some thick black 8-year protection Hammerite black paint, and then we'll start with the Waxoyling. Same with this area here, which are your arches. Clean the edges up, and I'll see if I can get the camera in from this angle. You can see up there what I've done, coated around there. And these arches are in fantastic condition on this car. And get the wire brush in, right in underneath them. clean them down. And the best way with these, you can put a bit of spray on, but the best solution to work with these, believe it or not, is just the old-fashioned, I'll just grab it, brush with the wax oil on, and just get the brush. I'm not going to do it because I haven't finished, and get it in behind and work it all the way around. And then obviously you'll need an inspection lamp to check. So I just thought I would do that one. I'll follow this video on when I've done it, and we'll see what we think of it. So this is your before and after. But it's very important not to just go spraying all your wax oil underneath the car and forgetting about the wheel arches, because to be quite honest, when you think about it logically, that's the area that gets the most hammer off the salt, the water and everything. So I'll come back to you and I'll do a follow-on video. Thanks, bye. Right, just a finishing off video of the under sealing, well, wax oiling. So this is the inner arch now, it's all been coated. Obviously if you looked on the before and after video, I've put that cover back on. I'm just getting the hang of this video recording. I forgot to, I should have really took a video beforehand, but I've painted all of that metal pipe that runs up there. Obviously all the area up there has got the protection under. And as you can see, around this, the lip, if you do that, just get a brush and just dab it round. It might not look great, but bearing in mind when the car's on the ground, you can't really see any of this. And that just acts as a barrier on that edge. And I'll try and get a video of, can you see that? All on the inside of the lip. Coated. And you've got to let this stuff dry. This car's going to be getting left all weekend, obviously under there, onto the petrol tank. We've got all into the inner arches up there. We'll go around the other side, pretty much the same thing, but without the spout on. They've all been done the same. Up into the turrets, where the stuff out for corrosion. And again, around the edges. So yeah, on down onto the subframe. And you've already seen the underneath. I'll just show you on the front. I've done those arches as well. Just on the edge of the wings and up into the turrets. So yeah, that's the top, a good guide into rust-proofing your car. Again, I forgot something. This is the stuff I've been using. Some cavity sealer. Don't know if that's back to front. It looks back to front on here. I'm going to switch the camera over. It's forward-facing cameras. I've got this K2 Pro. It's just basically a cavity seal. I've sprayed that into some of the box sections. And when I find it, which you've already seen on the video, 3 cans. So basically 3 cans of this for £25. And it was 2 cans of this for £15. So we're not talking a lot of money here. You know, we're talking sort of less than £50, and that, believe it or not, it doesn't sound a lot of money. It's not been a lot of effort, a bit of a dirty job. That is going to safeguard the future of your car, to stop the salt getting to it. So if you like this kind of video, I've got some more coming. I'm going to show, I've already done the ones about the brake drum, adjusting brake drums. I'm going to do one about painting your brake drums, and also I think I've got a few other ones to do. So if you like it, like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and thanks for watching. Bye.